Hi, I'm Trevor Moore. Did you know that it's illegal to say I want to kill the President of the United States of America? It's illegal. It's a federal offense. It's one of the only sentences that you're not allowed to say. Now, it was okay for me to say it right then because I was just telling you that it's illegal to say I want to kill the President of the United States of America. I'm not actually saying it. I'm just letting you know that it's illegal to say that. It's kind of like a public service. I'm letting you know so that you don't accidentally go out and say something like that. But what's interesting is that it's very illegal to say, I really, really think someone out there should kill the President of the United States of America. That's illegal. Extremely illegal. Very, very illegal. But not illegal to say with a mortar launcher, because that's its own sentence. It's an incomplete sentence, but it may have nothing to do with the sentence before that. So that's perfectly fine, perfectly legal. I also found out that it's incredibly illegal, extremely illegal, to go on television and say something like the best place to fire a mortar launcher at the White House would be from the roof of the Rockefeller Hewitt building because of minimal security and you'd have a clear line of sight to the president's bedroom. Insanely illegal. Ridiculously, recklessly, insanely illegal. Yet even more illegal to show an illustrated diagram. Insanely illegal, ridiculously, horribly felonious, because they will come to your house in the middle of the night and they will lock you up. Extremely against the law. One thing that is technically legal to say is that we have a group that meets Fridays at midnight under the Brooklyn Bridge, and the password is Sic Semper Tyrannis. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Nice to meet you.
Okay, class. This is Trevor, and he works in television, and he is going to talk to us today, okay?
Okay.
Hi, how's everyone doing? High five. Oh, there we go. I work in television on a comedy show. Does anybody here want to work in television when they grow up? Okay, okay. Who likes comedy? Who's the class clown?
Joey!
Joey? Joey's the class clown?
I saw Sarah at recess, and this is what her face looks like.
Okay, all right.
I want to be an astronaut.
Oh, you want to be an astronaut? Well, that's great. You can be an astronaut. All you have to do is study flying or science, and maybe someday you could be the first astronaut to walk on the moon.
No! There already was an astronaut who first walked on the moon.
Well, no, not really. That wasn't real. See, there was this thing called the Cold War, and in order to beat the Russians, we kind of faked that. That never happened. See how there's no windows on the side? And see underneath where there's like a pod thing? What's that, right? Take a look at this wreckage. See how there's no plane parts on the ground there? What does that look like?
A missile.
You see, President Bush was in a secret society at Yale called the Skull and Bones. His dad was too, and they all worship Satan.
President Bush worships Satan?
In my personal opinion, absolutely. And one of the Skull and Bones initiation rituals is that to get in, you have to lie naked in a coffin and masturbate in front of the older members. But the really messed up thing is that since former President Bush, Bush Sr., was also a member, he requested to be there to watch his son's initiation. So he watched his own son masturbate. President Bush masturbated in front of his dad. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
I may be a little kid, but I have been around. Can hear the girls all scream soon as our wheels touch down. Junkets in Tokyo, fashion shoots in Milan, then a private jet to Madison Square Garden. 36-week-long tours, 10 singles on the charts. So hear my message, girl, 'cause it comes from the heart. Help me, my parents sold me to a big producer in the record industry. He makes me do things that I don't wanna do. with Saudi princess. Blinked SOS in Morse code. Once at the VMAs, they sprayed me with a hose in a pit for 3 days. And when my sales drop off, they'll take me to a resort and let rich businessmen hunt me down for sport.
Hold up, I'm just coming in on the song to check on what y'all talking about. Don't think of me as a record exec, but a father figure and pal. This kid's a real prankster, this is one of his practical jokes. Thank you for your concern, but there's nothing to see here, folks. That's just exhaustion talking. Poor little guy's tuckered out. I'll take him back to the tour bus and we'll get him straightened out. There is no box. I don't even know what that means. Now we gotta run, but for your trouble, here's some front row seats.
Gotta help me. My parents sold me
Could I get a
to a
little
big
help here?
producer
Yeah,
in
we've
the
got a coat
music
on.
industry.
We're
Oh
sorry,
God,
he's
please
very
help
tired.
me.
Life on the
Take some
road.
action. This
He
didn't
can
work
quit whenever
out
he wants.
for Michael
Thank you,
Jackson.
thank you.
Someone
No
help
pictures,
me.
please, ma'am.
Don't
Ma'am,
ignore
no
what
pictures.
I said. They'll sacrifice me.
He'd like to thank all of you for your support. The new album drops on the 22nd.
Slipped and fell off your roof and broke your neck. That would be a sad funeral. This stupid fuck.
Yes, sir. Now, today, we gonna be talking about comedian / actor Trevor Moore. Now, I came across this from an Instagram reel that I seen last night. And it was the one where he was talking to the kids, telling them about Skull and Bones and all that. And I went through the comments, and everybody was in the comments saying how he died after doing a whole lot of exposing. So I really dug deep and got to looking up what the other things that bro was saying, right? And here we are, and now we're here. So it's very interesting. That podcast that he was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and it seemed as if they was using the powers that shouldn't be was using Joe Rogan as the messenger, right? They always say the warning comes before destruction. So it's very interesting how Joe Rogan told that man how he was gonna fall off the roof and break his neck. And that's exactly what happened to him. The Whitest Kids You Know star, Trevor Moore, appears to have fallen to his death from an upstairs balcony at his home. At least that's what the police investigations turned up so far. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ police and fire responded around 2:30 on August 7th for a medical emergency at Trevor's home in LA, where he was found unresponsive in the backyard and pronounced dead by paramedics. We're told cops believe the comedic actor fell from the upstairs balcony, suffering head trauma when he landed. However, it's unclear if he fell accidentally or intentionally jumped. So we already know what's going on, man. People don't just wander and just fall off balconies. That's just nothing. That's not something that people just do, right? You have to know that every time somebody falls off a balcony, majority of the time, that person is being pushed, right? And they're creating a narrative, right? They're creating a narrative for you to believe that this person felt self-destructive before this took place, right? To give you a easy story to believe. They say there was no suicide note found, but alcohol might have contributed. We're told empty bottles were found in Trevor's house, right? So, that's a very easy thing to do to create, the scenario. Let's buy a couple bottles of alcohol and pour them out in the sink, and here we have our narrative. We're told the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner / Coroner is still waiting on toxicology reports and will make the final determination on Trevor's cause of death, which never came out. They never released the toxicology report to even confirm if alcohol was being indulged the night that Trevor fell. Yeah, that information never came out. Trevor, famous for co-founding the sketch comedy group The Whitest Kids You Know, was 41. He was 41 years old. Now, the interesting thing about this is the fact that he passed away in Los Angeles, California at the age of 41, when Los Angeles, CA equals 41 in the full reduction cipher. Now, this applies to somebody else that we're familiar with. Kobe Bryant passed away at the same age of 41 as his whole basketball career took place in LA. He also passed away, just like that Tupac song, To Live and Die in LA, at 41, when even LA equals 41. So yeah, and also Kobe Bryant in that same full reduction cipher equals 41 as well. So he went by this same code as well. Now if we take from the day that Trevor Paul Moore was born, April 4th, 1980, and we take it to the date that he was found dead, right, from falling off the balcony. He was found dead on the 15,101st day of his life, right? Just like how his full name, Trevor Paul Moore, equals 1,511 in the Latin/Jewish cipher. Numerology rules the zero has no value. So we have the same exact number for how long he lived to his name. So yes, that's all they did, man. Took his name and got him right up out of here. Right? As you can see, that one skit where he was meeting with the executives about his own show, and they actually did that. They actually did give Trevor Moore his own show on Comedy Central. Yes, they did. It was called The Trevor Moore Show. They gave this man his own show. All the things that he was exposing, they gave him his own show. So it was a 2-in-1. They used him as a vessel to wipe off their karma, right? But at the end of the day, he was already being marked for the things that he was sharing. But come on, right? Because if we take his full name, Trevor Paul Moore, we get 79 and 83, just like murder. Just like how I believe that day, yes, indeed, he was murdered. Even taking Trevor Paul Moore in reverse, we get 191, just like Society of Jesus. So yes, I believe he went through a Society of Jesus ritual. Even Trevor Paul Moore in reduction equals 79, just like Society of Jesus and murder. He even passed away on 56 date numerology, just like Society of Jesus equals 56. Now let's break this down, because CNN reports Trevor Moore, comedian and co-founder of The Whitest Kids You Know, dead at 41. Now if we take that phrase, dead at 41, we get 78. Now they say Trevor Moore, comedian, actor, etc., etc. More importantly, the word actor. Now actor equals 78 as well. Now in a statement that was released by his manager, the manager said, quote unquote, Moore died in a tragic accident. So here they go again, being sarcastic with you, right? He died in a tragic accident. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was just an accident, right? But what's mostly important about this is in a tragic accident equals 78. Now, what is the relevance of this number 78? Because all this applies to this situation when Trevor Moore passed away on August 7th. In other words, 7/8. So this was the day that all these things occurred on. And here they are giving it to you in the headline, and they're giving it to you in the article. Murder by numbers. He even passed away in the city of LA when LA equals 78 in the Sumerian cipher. But come on. Right? Because a day before he passed away, on that Friday, matter of fact, on that Friday, on that night, that same night, he was supposed to stream. He even posted it on his Instagram in T-2 hours. The legend continues. He never made it to that stream. Right? Because he quote unquote fell on the balcony on Friday night, and then Saturday, that's when the police and the fire, that's when they came and pronounced him dead that Saturday morning, that early Saturday morning, 2:30 in the morning. So it's very interesting, man. He was supposed to stream, man. And even the people in the comments saying, I'm sorry they murdered you, man. Everybody know what's going on, man. We not stupid, man. People is not stupid, bro. But come on, man, because there was a lot of other things that he was saying right before he died. So if we go back 2 more days, right before this Friday, if we go back 2 more days before that, he was saying a lot of things on his Twitter, right? He was reacting to a show, a HBO Max series coming out about the quote unquote royal family, right? Queen Elizabeth, Prince, Prince Harry and things like that. So Trevor Moore, he quotes this promotion tweet and he says, I almost felt bad for the royal family, but then I remember it would have been nice to actually see Epstein go to trial. He was quoting other things, go 2 more days back. The U.S. Air Force, they released that they was developing a remote control bird like micro drones with flapping wings. So if they're already doing this remote control bird, I wonder what they're doing with the dead birds. They can put this same type of mechanism in those dead birds and have them around this bitch flying around and really taking surveillance of the people for real. And he says, very cool. Excited to see what the government would do with these little guys. You see what I'm saying? So he was saying a lot of things along with his comedy. He was using his comedy to provide information to the people for real, right? But come on. Which they always do say the best way to convey the truth is in a joke, right? He even talked about the Olympics. He said the Olympics is too commercial now. This was supposed to be about honoring Zeus for his victory over Kronos, not about selling soda and cars. Shaking my head and actually looking into the Olympics. It actually is. It was created to honor Zeus and aka Satan, Lucifer, the lightning falling from heaven, the fallen angel, right? This is why Zeus is depicted as the god of thunder, right? Athletes pray to Zeus for victory, and he let gifts to thank Zeus for their successes. So this is what the athletes are actually doing as they're participating in the Olympics today. This is what they're doing. They're honoring Zeus. This is what they're doing in the Olympics, and everybody else is taking place in this worship as well by watching it, cheering for it, giving their energy in this stadium. That's all that's going on in these new age coliseums. The same thing that they was doing back then, gathering people together while they government back then was conjuring up ways to, keep control of the people. They would distract those They would distract the regular people with these events, with these athletic events, football, Super Bowl. You know, nowadays we got the Super Bowl, we got the NBA Finals, we got the Olympics. All these things to keep people distracted and not really paying attention to the agendas that's being accelerated. You know what I'm saying? So they can get to their agenda, man. So they can fulfill their agenda, fulfill these prophecies, right? So it's very interesting, some of these things that he was saying, man. It was very, man, he knew what was going on, man. And I believe that his death is no coincidence, right? But come on. Even in his show that Comedy Central gave him, the Trevor Moore show, one of the last episodes of his show before he was alive, one of the episodes was called Get Ready to Die. Yeah, they was talking to him. Like I said, they was giving him subliminal messages in his own damn show. In his own damn show that they gave him. They was already telling him, nigga, your time is coming up. Because they was even so bold in the episode Get Ready to Die. On Trevor's show, they even put a casket in the middle of the damn set. You hear me? Like, yeah, this gonna be your coffin. They was telling him, this finna be your coffin. This finna be yours. And you already nicely suited and booted. You hear me? You cash is sharp right now. They was telling him, got the flowers on his table. The flowers ain't on his table. This a eulogy right here. Don't this look like a eulogy? His face on the screen. Hourglass, look at the hourglass. His time is up. Look at the hourglass. The hourglass don't got no more sand in it. This is all for him. This is all for him. Come on, man. If we actually look at this episode, Get Ready to Die, which came out the second season, third episode, you know, that 2-3, you know, just like how they said the police, you know, found this body at 2:30. But yeah, Get Ready to Die. Get Ready to Die equals 213 in the English language backwards. When we know that 213 is even coded for death, right? Equaling 213 in the Satanic cipher. Now, like I said, even Comedy Central, right? The people that gave him the show, even Comedy Central equals 213 as well. So this was them giving him a subliminal message, just like they give the rest of the world subliminal messages. So this was a subliminal message in itself, right? Because if we actually look at how long he died after that, right? June 25th, 2021, this was when his last season, not just this episode, but the whole season was released on this day, right? So his last show, anything he would do in Hollywood, this was his last project that he did in Hollywood. He died 6 weeks and 1 day later, just like his stage name, Trevor Moore, equals 61. He also passed away 1 month and 13 days after this episode in Los Angeles, California, which equals 113. As we know, 113 being the number for dishonesty, broadcasting, mainstream bullshit, illusions, not honest. They not being honest about the way that man died. That's what they not being honest about. They talking about he fell over the balcony, but they not including who pushed him. Right, so I believe, yeah, man, I believe even the day that he passed away, man, he passed away August 7th, which was the day before a new moon. So yeah, even his death was a new moon harvest. They were harvesting the energy of this sacrifice. So yeah, I believe he really got taken up out of here, man. He really got taken up out of here for doing the things that he was doing. With that being said, though, I can conclude, in my opinion, that this man was sacrificed. He was indeed sacrificed for the things that he was saying. Y'all let me know how y'all view this situation, what y'all think about this. I appreciate y'all for all the love, all the support, and I'm out, man.